friends and welcome back to Garfin's creation. In today's video we'll be making a unique Easter egg with cookie dough. This cookie dough Easter egg is so simple and easy to make, and it's also very delicious. In this first part we'll be making the cookie dough and also decorating this yellow Easter egg. So we will begin by making the cookie dough first. These are the only 3 ingredients that we need: some biscuits, white chocolate and some butter. So here I have taken 200 grams of Marie biscuit and I'll be putting it into the mixer and making a powder out of it. I'll be doing this in 2 batches. So I'll just grind it and get it back. Make it into a fine powder and see that there are no pieces left behind. This is a 250 gram pack Marie biscuit I have used, but I have taken only 200 grams from it. And this is the white chocolate compound that I have used. I have taken around 200 grams, that is 2 pieces from this packet. And 100 grams of melted butter. I have melted the chocolate and the butter in the microwave. So into the ground biscuits, I'll be adding 4 tablespoons of the melted butter first. I've taken a total of 100 grams of melted butter. I will now combine this the same way like as we make the base for the cheesecake. After mixing this, I'll be adding the remaining 4 tablespoons of butter into it. And then once again, be mixing it to get a nice sand-like texture for this. This cookie dough recipe is so easy that you don't even have to bake it. Once the biscuit powder and the butter is combined, I'll be adding the chocolate into it. I have melted the chocolate in the microwave for 20 seconds. And then I got it out and stirred it and then again put it back in the microwave for 20 seconds. I need to repeat this till the white chocolate is completely melted. So I'll be adding 9 tablespoons of this melted chocolate. That is 2 pieces, 200 grams of the white chocolate. You need to be careful while melting the white chocolate as it tends to burn easily. So do it carefully and at small intervals. So once the chocolate is added, I'll just mix all the 3 ingredients together. And I'll combine it well till it forms a nice soft dough. This is so simple and our cookie dough will be ready in no minutes. You can use any type of biscuit for this recipe. Avoid using any salted biscuit. If you find that your mixture is too dry, you can add in more melted chocolate into this till you get this consistency. It's nice and soft and not too dry. It should form into a lump when squeezed together. So our easy cookie dough is ready to be shaped in any form. To make the Easter eggs, I have this PVC plastic molds. These Easter egg molds are easily available just before Easter. You will find them in various sizes. If you do not have that, you can also use these traditional aluminum molds. Now to make the Easter egg, I've just taken a little portion of the cookie dough and pressing it gently into the cavity of the Easter mold. Just need to press it evenly so that it is not so thick or too thin on any side. Shape the edges as well, as that will help in joining both the pieces later. So I'll be just filling the other cavity as well. For one Easter egg you need to make 2 of these. If you have the smaller mold, you can fill it completely, then there's no need of keeping the hollow. With this hollow Easter eggs you can definitely add some surprise gifts like gems and marshmallows inside too. Just to give a good finishing to the Easter eggs, I've just used this aluminum mold and just pressed it inside so that it comes out smooth. Though this is not required, you can also use a spoon and smoothen it out. However, the rough edges inside does not matter as it will be closed inside. Only make sure that the cookie dough is spread evenly. So you can also use a spoon and smoothen it out. Once this is done, I'll just trim off the edges so that we can remove off the excess. This technique of making these Easter eggs is so simple. This is all what you have to do, and then now we'll have to keep it in the fridge till it hardens up. As you can see, the inside and the back part too is also smooth and has a good finish. Now all you have to do is just keep it in the fridge for at least half an hour to harden up. Depending on the size and the thickness, it may take a little more than half an hour to 1 hour. These are some of the bunny molds that I have, and I'll be filling few of these as well. These two are easily available online and in shops selling bakery item accessories. So let's fill few of these too. I'll just take a little in a spoon and just dab it inside and fill the mold with it. Just press it a little so that you get a good finish. This is so easy. You don't have to do anything else in this. And once these are set in the fridge, they unmold well too. After forming this, we need to keep it in the fridge to set and to become a bit firm. Once they are firm, we will unmold them, and then you can even dip this in chocolate. You can just melt some dark chocolate or white chocolate and just dip this and they'll be good to go. Or you can just keep it plain enough and just wrap them with some chocolate wrappers. We'll be doing that today in the next part of the video. So I'll continue filling some molds with the same cookie dough batter. Putting the links for all the recipes and all the ingredients and all the things used in this video in the description box below. Do check there too for more information. You can use plastic, PVC, silicone or aluminum molds too for this. And once they are filled, we'll just keep it in the fridge for half an hour to harden up and then we'll unmold. So do check after half an hour. If they are hard enough, we can then unmold it. So after half an hour, this is nice and firm. Since this mold was not fully filled, it just took me half an hour to set. After half an hour, we just unmold it. Just press a little to loosen it and it will come out easily. These are a little bit cold, so we'll just keep it a little while till it comes to room temperature. So later on, we'll be joining this together. And if you find any gaps, we can fill that with some royal icing too. So now, let's unmold the other bunnies as well. While filling the molds with the cookie dough mixture, and you feel the mixture is getting dry, you can pop the bowl into the microwave for around 5 to 10 seconds. That it becomes soft and you can fill the molds easily. So as you can see, I'm just unmolding each one of them and they come out easily. With just a little push, they come out clean and neat. So this Easter, do try whatever molds you have using this cookie dough recipe. You don't have to cook, you don't have to bake either. And once you unmold them, just let them come to room temperature and then you can decorate them further. I'll be wrapping these with some chocolate foil wrappers. And I'll be showing that in the next video, that is part 2 of this video. As this video was getting lengthy, I had to make it into 2 parts. So don't forget to see the second part as well. In part 2 of this video, we will be decorating the pink Easter eggs. I'll also be wrapping this in chocolate wrappers. I'll also be showing how to gift wrap all these Easter eggs and these goodies. So do watch the second video as well. I had also made some fully filled half Easter eggs in this aluminum molds. Just poked a knife and just got it out. Though it is damaged, we can later on decorate it with some icing. And these are the smaller eggs too, which I had also prepared in the same way like the larger ones. Now these are all set and to be decorated further. So it's decoration time and I'll be using some royal icing. This is an eggless royal icing recipe. I'll be putting a video for this too very soon. I also have a video with the royal icing with eggs, so you can check that video too. You can use any royal icing recipe for this. As we need to pour the royal icing over the Easter eggs, put a plate below and kept a mesh on top and then place the Easter eggs over it. And this is the royal icing that I have made it in pink color. The royal icing consistency should be the same like the flooding one which you use for cookies. It should be runny enough to be poured and spread over the Easter eggs. If your royal icing is a bit thick, you can just add a little few drops of water and make it a little bit thin. We need a little pouring consistency of the royal icing. When you pour it on top of the Easter egg, it comes down smoothly. Not be too dry. It should be smooth enough to flow well. If you do not like royal icing, you can pour some melted chocolate as well. So if you are using chocolate to cover the eggs, you will have to maintain the temperature of these eggs and keep it in a cool place. Now I'll just be pouring the royal icing over it and let it flow so that it covers the entire Easter egg. I have kept these Easter eggs hollow and will not be filling it with anything. You can definitely add a surprise thing for your kids. Could be some sweets, gems, marshmallows, or even some tiny toys inside it. Once this is well covered and while it's still wet, I'll be just transferring it onto a tray. I have placed a butter paper on the tray and then very carefully transfer the shells onto it. And now we will let this dry up completely. So now this will take at least an hour to dry up, and then we can do the further decorations. So in the same way, along with the pink, I've also made these yellow ones, which we'll be decorating in this part of the video. So now these Easter egg shells are dried completely. We can just run a knife underneath it and just release it from the butter paper. And then we can just remove those extra edges at the side of the egg. Though this may be not completely set, we can still handle it and do the decoration. And once we have decorated it with the royal icing, we will leave it to dry up completely. Then the royal icing will harden up and you can handle it with ease. I will now place the shell on the back side of the mold so that it is easy to decorate. I will also release the rest of the eggshells from the tray. Use a good quality butter paper so that it comes out well. So in the first part of this video, I'll be decorating the yellow Easter egg. So here is the same white royal icing that I had used to color and make the yellow and pink Easter egg shells. I've just taken a little of the royal icing, and since it was too thin, I'll be adding more icing sugar to make it a little more thicker. We need a piping consistency now to make the decoration on the Easter egg. So keep adding a little more icing sugar till you get a nice thick consistency like this. This is called the piping consistency for the royal icing. And I'll be using this writing nozzle. I'll put the link for that too. I have cut the tip of the icing bag and put the nozzle inside it. And taking some of the royal icing, I'll just put it into the icing bag. Just squeeze out so that it comes to the bottom and we are able to pipe it well. To test it, we can just try it on a spatula. So now we can go ahead and start decorating the Easter egg. I'll be just doing a simple lace design on this Easter egg. You can pipe out any design of your choice. If you do not want to pipe out any design with this royal icing, you can just drizzle some white royal icing over this and then add some sprinkles on it. So that too will make things easier for you if you do not want to do any designs with the royal icing. So this Easter, besides making marzipan Easter eggs, you can also try this unique recipe. And if you want to make marzipan Easter eggs too, I have a video explaining it in detail how to make it. I'll be putting the link for the playlist for all the Easter eggs in the description box below. Just made some scallop on the border and a small flower in the center. Just making a half flower on the sides as well. In the second part of the video, we'll be decorating the pink Easter egg with some fondant. We'll also be gift wrapping those bunnies which we had made. We'll also be showing how to gift wrap these and also some hamper ideas. So stay tuned and do watch the second part of this video as well. Now to give the lacy effect, I'll be just thinning out a little bit of the royal icing. I've just added a little royal icing on a plate and adding a few drops of water. This will make the royal icing a little more thinner. And now with the help of a brush, I'll be just applying it into the gaps. And once this is dried, it will look a very light film type which will give the lace effect. This royal icing is really versatile and you can use it in many decorations as well. If you are already decorating cookies with royal icing, you will find this very easy to make. But even if you haven't tried royal icing before, you can just follow these few steps and also decorate your Easter egg with ease. You can also make some royal icing flowers and leaves on a separate plastic sheet, and once it gets dried, you can just apply it onto the Easter eggs. So besides making gum paste flowers for your Easter egg decoration, you can also try this royal icing. So now once this is done, I will just add a little more design on the top as it looks a little bit empty. Let the Easter shell be on the mold itself and let it dry completely, so it will get some support from below too. And now this royal icing decoration is completely dry. It's time to join both the parts together. I've taken some royal icing in a piping bag and just putting it around the border. and then placing the other half over it. This will stick both the halves together. Though I have kept the Easter egg empty, you can place some gift inside for your little one and then place the other half over it and just adjust it so that it sets well. Now I'll be creating a border just round it so that the edges cannot be seen and it seals well too. If the edges are too large, you can use some yellow royal icing and fill the gaps first and then start piping the border all round it. So now as you can see, I'm just applying some yellow royal icing on the sides where the opening is a little bit larger. Use the same shade of the royal icing that you had used earlier to pour over the Easter eggs. And once you have filled the gap, you can continue with the border. As a top decoration, what we had done earlier is got hard enough, you can handle the Easter egg with ease. So now I've done with the border, and if you find some points, you can just press them with the finger. And now we will let the border to dry out completely. This is just part 1 of the video. I will put the link for the part 2 at the end of the video and even in the description box below. There is lots more coming up in part 2, so stay tuned and continue watching. See you there in the next video too.